Good morning, everybody. It is meteorologist 8th Weather Forecast, and welcome back to another weather update. This is going to be an update on Tropical Storm Alvin, guys. We do have a lot of new changes. It is intensifying a lot more. We have a huge difference or huge updates on the tracks, on vorticity, and also on how strong these winds are going to get. So, if you guys want to know all those new updates, that'll all come right up. Alright guys, so as you can tell, we're going to be looking at the 5-day graphical tropical weather outlook. As you can tell, we do only updates, we don't have any new updates on like, physically what it's going to be. It's still a tropical storm, and again, I said the storm's getting bigger and bigger. As you can tell, at 60 miles per hour wind, it's getting closer to those hurricane force winds. Only needs 15 more, and some models are showing it getting there, so it could be a chance, and it's getting stronger a lot. Look at that, 999 millibars, guys. It's getting quite close to that hurricane force winds there, and also the millibars. It's getting stronger, and then it's still moving at 14 miles per hour, but now it's moving to the west northwest, not moving straight to the west. It's going to be taking a turn to the northwest now. Show you guys here. It's going to be going like this. So yeah, guys, we do have a lot of new updates, and then we just have this 40% chance of a cyclone in the next 5 days, and that's the thing that I'm really worried about. But we're gonna be talking about this after Alvin. So guys, we're gonna be looking at the we're gonna be taking a look at what it looks like on the brightness, temperature there, and also we're gonna be looking at this though, because we want to see how organized this thing's looking like. So we do have all of this really organized there. It was really organized earlier this morning, but it doesn't really have that big formation right now. It did earlier, but again, guys, it's not going to be a tropical storm that long. It could possibly, there's a maybe 30% chance of actually getting to hurricane force winds just for a little bit. Some models are showing it getting closer, so we can tell here we can have the worst of it right. Well, we did have the worst of it right there. But now it's going to be right here. We're going to have that worst of it. You can see that pinkish kind of color there. That's where we're going to really have these that powerful winds and that possible close to those hurricane force winds. So this was looking like here. Taking a look at the satellite imagery now. Another way to take a look at how organized it is. So you can tell it really does look like a hurricane from here. It really does. You can see these outer bands of these thunderstorms here. They're outer bands surrounding it. So it kind of does look like some kind of hurricane there, but it's not there yet. And it's a little less organized than it was earlier this morning by the look. I'm not talking about the winds. The winds are stronger though, and it's moving at the same pace as yesterday. No changes there, but it just looks a little less organized. Like, it doesn't look like that tropical storm and hurricane look like you see that the center of it right there. It's looking a little less organized though. But again, it's gonna get back to its formation. And guys, once it looks like organized, it can still go back to less organized though. It just depends what's gonna happen there. But it's going to get a lot stronger. All I gotta say is that's going to get a lot stronger. And the look of this does not really matter. It's just what's going to be inside. So currently 60 miles per hour wind. That's a big jump from yesterday. Now we're going to be taking a look at the timing. So as you can tell, we do have it moving to the northwest. Now you can see the cone. It's right here. It's a bit smaller, the cone there, because we have a better understanding kind of where it's going to go. It's not going to be definitely will we know. And guys, that's all from the 1 to 3 days there, and it's looking like it's gonna stop being a tropical storm. It's gonna go back to a depression in the next 36 hours. So you can see it's right here. This is where it was 9 a.m. this morning. It hasn't moved that much ever since. So 6 a.m. tomorrow, it's still gonna be a storm, tropical storm, and then by 6 p.m. Friday, it's still gonna be a storm, tropical storm, and then by 6 a.m. Saturday, it's going to be depression. So it's not looking like we're going to have a hurricane here. Again, guys, there's not a very huge chance. I'm just saying a lot of the models are actually showing it getting closer to these hurricane force winds. You're about to see it in a second. And also, since these winds are increasing a lot more than we thought, we didn't know it was going to get to 60 miles per hour winds. It might have a 30% chance of that happening, but again, still don't know if it's. I know, guys, it's still close, but it's very hard to like put everything together right now. So now we're going to be taking a look at the tracks. So now the same models are showing it going inland here, and not going to happen there. The thing that really has changed on the tracks, though, is all the models, when the models get to this point, which will be around a day from now, where the models get here, about 80% of the models are showing it turning to the west. Now, we're not having a lot of models showing it going straight now. Like, you don't see any models keep on going straight here. You might see one or two possibly. But you can see how these models are starting to turn to the west, so it's even better. Now it's not even really that close from land. It's even farther from land at this point. So that's a really big change we have for the tracks, though. That most of them, about 80% chance of the models are showing it turning to the southwest once it reaches this point. So now we have a really good idea where it's going to go. Like, we don't have a lot of them going straight. We don't have a lot of them turning to the east. We have about the majority, a lot of these models are showing the west. So now we kind of have a better idea of where it's going to be going. So now we're going to be taking a look at the tropical storm Alvin model intensity guidance. And this is where you guys are going to see why I'm saying it's getting closer to tropical storm winds and a lot stronger than we thought. Look at this. In the next 12 hours, we can actually have one model is actually showing it getting to category 1 force winds at 65 knots. And then another model, the CO22, is showing it getting very close to category 1. And then these models, all these other ones, were not this close. They're getting up to 60 knots there. They were not up here. They were usually over here now. But they have moved up. Most of them have moved up a lot. And also a new update here. So the majority, I would say 50% chance of these models are showing it going back to a depression. Are going back to depression. Beyond this line right here is a tropical storm. It's either going back to a depression or thunderstorms. So it's showing that in the next 36 into the next 48 hours. But another 50% chance of the models right here are showing it staying to a tropical storm a bit longer. You could say it can be from here another extra, let's say another extra 72 hours of it being a tropical storm, and that will have a big difference because it can move a lot more in the next, if you add another 3 days. So that's what another new update. So it's what we have new is closer to category 4 winds and longer timing. So we have longer timing, so based on this for tropical storm. But I'm gonna have to agree with this, though. It looks like it is gonna weaken in the next 36 to 48 hours. But again, anything can happen. Now when we take a look at the wind, I did not do this last video. I forgot to add the wind. So we just don't see anything with this wind. We might just have maybe 22 knots, but that's just with the winds that we have, the straight line winds. And then we do not have anything following Tropical Storm Alvin. If we look at this for the next couple of days, it's not showing any wind whatsoever behind Tropical Storm Alvin. You just see some little if anything you see with Tropical Alvin is you only see 22 knots, and that's not really anything really. And we do see something really small, though. That's up to 34 knots. But again, that's not really what you want to see. That's not what we're seeing. We're seeing a lot more stronger winds with Tropical Storm Alvin getting 60 miles per hour wind. So it's kind of weird. We're not really seeing anything here. But by the next 36 hours, we actually do see a little bit, though. Next 36 hours, we do actually get up to 38 knots. So it's looking like we're starting to see it later in the next 36 hours when it gets to that highest point, and by 48 hours it does disappear. You can see that, and then it goes away. So that's what it's looking like on that wind. Now we're going to be taking a look at the vorticity, and the vorticity is still looking pretty good. You can really see it really good. You can see these outer bands, you can see the center, so you can really see it good right now in the next 6 hours. And then let's go all the way the next 18 hours. It does weaken a little bit. You can see it's that center is not that strong, but then it gets back its energy by the next 36 hours. So you see these outer bands. It is moving to the northwest now, not going straight to the west. And then remember, guys, it's currently moving to the north. Oops. But you guys gotta remember this. It is currently moving to the northwest, but looking like they're gonna take a turn to the southwest. We looked at all those tracks that they all showed, or 80% chance showed it turning to the southwest. So you guys gotta remember that too. And then you see it disappear in the next couple hours. And then we have the next system we really need to watch out for. But again, we can see some vorticity there. Not that bad. We can see the center though. So without a doubt, we can say it is looking pretty good on this. You can really see it. Now we're going to be taking a look at the GFS radar. So as you can tell, it is right here. You can really see it out here, really strong rain out there. You can see that the center is a bit not really in the center right now. It does get a bit weaker again. It gets to 1,001 millibars now, and it was at 999. But it did get a lot stronger overnight. I can say that because last night it was at 1,006. Now it's at 999 millibars. Then it gets to 1,004 millibars. It gets back to 1,002, and then once that happens, it goes to 1,007. And this, yeah, that was it. It was gone after that. So that's what it's looking like there. Again, the strongest it got was 909 millibars, which was right now. But it's looking like it's not going to last that long. It does, let me get here. It does reach the 1,007 in the next 42 hours. So it's in that range of 36 to 48 hours of it weakening. And then by it's over 48 hours. So it is looking like it's going to end no longer than 48 hours. Now we're going to be looking at the CMC. CMC again was not favoring this whatsoever. Let me go back. So right now, the CMC is showing 1,007 millibars for this right now. And that is just crazy because right now it's 999 millibars. So the CMC is again showing it being a lot weaker, not showing it at 1,008 in the next 36 hours. So the CMC is not favoring this one. And then it gets to 1,009 in the next 54 hours and it disappears. So that's not, the CMC is not really favoring this whatsoever. And look at this, 994 millibars, guys. That is a hurricane. Most definitely, we really need to watch out for that. It gets to 990. Guys, this can be something really big right here. I just need to watch this. This next system, though, I might have an update on it, maybe. I'm not sure. So guys, this was the update. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys are all safe. Again, we do not know exactly if it's going to get to Category 4 winds, Category 1 force winds. We still have to watch out for this, even though it's going to be over in 2 days, or that's what they're saying. But again, some models are showing it actually staying longer. So this is the thing we need to do with the tropics. You just need to keep on watching it over and over again. And there's new updates like every hour you need to do. So guys, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please do not forget to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And see you guys in the next video.